Section 1. Welcome to Numeral City. Imagine a world, a bustling city built entirely out of numbers. The streets aren't named Oak or Maple. They are called 1st Avenue, 2nd Street Boulevard 100. The buildings aren't just tall. They are exactly 50 stories high. In this incredible place, every sign, every address, every single thing tells you something about quantity or order. A sign might say, 3 bridges ahead, while another points to the first park. This, my friends, is the world of the numeral. It's a fundamental part of how we organize and understand our reality, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. It's not just math, it's language, and we're going to explore it right now. So, what is this numeral we speak of? In the Romanian language, as in many others, the numeral is a special part of speech. Think of it as a word with a specific job, to provide information about numbers. Its main task is to answer questions like, how many? Which one in the sequence? It can tell you about quantity, like when you say you have 5 friends. It can also tell you about order, like when you finish first in a race. Sometimes it even shows how things are grouped together or divided into parts. It's a powerful tool that adds precision to our sentences. In today's exploration, we're going to break down the numeral into simple, bite-sized pieces. Let's fire up our brains and dive into the amazing world of the Romanian numeral. Let's go! The cardinal crew. How many? First up on our tour, the most common type of numeral you'll ever meet, the cardinal numeral. Its job is incredibly simple but oh so important. The cardinal numeral answers the question how many? When you say your age, you're using a cardinal numeral. Am 13 ani. When you look at the clock, you see them. Este, ora 3. At the store, the price tag screams cardinal numerals. Costa 10 lei. For the numbers 1 and 2, the form changes depending on the gender of the noun they are describing. For masculine nouns, we use un doi, un băiat, doi frați. For feminine nouns, we use o două, o fată, două surori. When we get to numbers from 20 upwards, we often need a helper word, de. This little word acts like a bridge connecting the numeral to the noun. You wouldn't just say 20 elevi. The correct way is 20 de elevi, 100 de cărți, 1000 de pași, 1.000.000 de stele. Time for a quick brain check. 1. How many girls came to the party? Fete au venit? 2. I have new notebooks. Am caiete noi. 3. In the forest there are trees. În pădure sunt copaci. They are 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 100 de. Fantastic job! You're already mastering the cardinal crew! Section 3. The ordinal order. Which one? While cardinals tell you how many, ordinals tell you in what order. Think about a race. The person who crosses the finish line isn't one. They are primal, the first. Creating ordinals in Romanian involves a neat little formula. We usually take the cardinal number and add a special article in front of it. L, a, I, ale. They must agree with the gender and number of the noun. For masculine singular nouns, we use L. For feminine singular nouns, we use A. For the number 1, we have the special forms intile or primal for masculine, intile or prima for feminine. Al treilea, al patrulea, al cincilea. Notice the ending of the number often changes slightly. For feminine, it's much simpler. A treia, patra, cincea, example. A treia încercare, example. A zecea lecție. One common tricky spot is with numbers ending in 1 after 20, like 21. Al 21-lea concurs, a 21-a ediție. Ready to put your ordering skills to the test. 1. I am reading page of the book, trei al treilea. 2. This is chapter I have to study. 3. We celebrate on day of March. The correct answers are 1, a treia, 2, al patrulea, and 3. Inti, as in 1 March. You could also say prima zi de martie. Excellent! You're getting the order of things just right. Section 4. The collective gang and the fractional slice. Now let's meet 2 more members of the numeral family who love to work in groups or in parts. First, say hello to the collective numeral. The most common collectives you'll encounter are amândoi, amându, ambii, ambele. For example, if 2 students aced a test, amândoi elevi au răspuns correct. Both students answered correctly. We use amândoi and ambii for masculine groups. Ambii frații, both brothers. We use amândo and ambele for feminine groups. Ambele cărți sunt interesante. Both books are interesting. Next, let's slice things up with the fractional numeral. Think about sharing a pizza. You might eat o jumătate, a half, un sfert, a quarter. The most common fractional numerals are jumătate, sfert, treime. When used with a noun, jumătate and sfert are often followed by de, o jumătate de măr, half an apple. For other fractions like o treime, a third, două pătrimi, 2/4, we often use din, like o treime din clasă, a third of the class. Let's see if you can make the cut with this mini exercise. How would you express 15 minutes in terms of an hour? You would say un sfert de oră. Perfect! You're slicing and dicing these concepts like a pro. Section 5, multipliers and distributors. More and more! Let's power up with our next two types of numerals. The multiplicative, the distributive. First, the multiplicative numeral. The most common examples are words like dublu, triplu, impatrit, and zecit. You might hear about a video game that gives you dublu punctage, or an athlete who performs a triplu salt. Another way to express multiplication is by using the construction de, ori am citit cartea de două ori, te-am sunat de trei ori. Now, let's talk about sharing equally with the distributive numeral. This numeral's job is to show how a set of items is distributed or arranged in equal groups. The magic word here is câte. When you place câte in front of a cardinal number, it creates a distributive meaning. For example, așezați-vă câte doi în bancă. It answers the question how many for each. Câte unu, câte trei, câte zece. Le-am dat băieților câte un măr, le-am dat fetelor câte o pară. Let's try a quick distribution task. If you give 3 friends 2 cookies each, how would you say it? Le-am dat câte două prăjituri. Precisely! You've distributed that knowledge perfectly. Section 6, agreement is key. Getting it right. In Romanian grammar, agreement is like making sure your team is wearing the same uniform. It means that words in a sentence change their form to match each other. For numerals, this most often involves matching gender number, un băiat, o fată, doi băieți, două fete. This principle of agreement extends beautifully to the ordinal numerals as well. Remember our articles al and a? It is always al doilea exercițiu, and never a doilea exercițiu. Likewise, it is always a doua problemă, and never al doua problemă. Think of al as the masculine uniform and a as the feminine one. They can't be swapped. Collective numerals also play by these rules. The choice between amândoi and amândouă depends entirely on the gender of the group. Amândoi, frații mei sunt înalți. Amândouă, surorile mele sunt blonde. So, how can you remember all this? The key is practice and exposure. Listen to how native speakers talk. Read books and articles. A common mistake to avoid is mixing up the cardinal and ordinal. Tre tells you the total count, while a treia tells you the position in a sequence. By focusing on these details, gender number type, you ensure your numerals are always in perfect agreement with the world they describe. Section 7, the final countdown, review and test. We have traveled through the incredible city of numerals, from the bustling streets of the cardinals to the orderly avenues of the ordinals. We've seen how they group up with collectives and slice into pieces with fractionals. We've powered up with multiplicatives and shared equally with distributives. Let's quickly review the key rules to carry in your toolkit. Rule 1. Always check for gender agreement with numbers. Rule 2. Remember to use the helper word d after cardinals from 20 upwards when followed by a noun. Rule 3. Use the correct articles al, a for ordinal numerals to match the noun. And finally, distinguish between counting, cardinal, and ranking, ordinal. 3 books is a quantity, the 3rd book is a position. Now for the moment of truth, it's time for a final test to see how much you've learned. 1. On my desk there are books. 2. I am reading the chapter. Sincicilia. 3. Of the friends went to the cinema. Amândoi, amândouă, referring to 2 boys. 4. The recipe calls for of a liter of milk. Un sfert. 5. Please correct this sentence. Am o mie lei în buzunar. Here they are. 1. Două, because cart is feminine. 2. Al cincilea, because it's about order. 3. Amândoi, because they are boys. 4. Un sfert. 5. The corrected sentence is Am o mie de lei în buzunar. Congratulations on completing this rapid tour of the Romanian numeral. You've taken a giant leap in understanding how language and numbers work together. Turn the world around you into your own personal numeral city. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.